do the analysis of the network which required to apply a super node. So our this is subject is network theory, and today's topic is nodal analysis part 2. Nodal analysis part. In this, we'll analyze a network which required to apply a super node analysis, which need to apply a super node. Another types of network will analyze. It is a SE network using the nodal analysis. So at the end of this lecture, you will be able to analyze a network which have the voltage source between the two unknown nodes. In such case, we need to apply a super node analysis. For a, we have to write a super node equation. And at the end of this lecture, you will able to analyze a AC network which have the sources are the AC source and components present in the network are the AC component contain the inductor and capacitor with its reactive values, right? So let me take one example. Start with this lecture by taking one example is here it is a 2 mho. So value of this resistance or a conductance is a 2 mho. It is 1 upon ohms is mho. So here the value is given in terms of another resistance is given the 3 mho. Here one current source value is 2 ampere. Here one more current source value is 5 ampere. Here one conductance value is 4 mho. Here I have one control source is a current control voltage source. Value of this control source depend on current. So it is called a current control and source itself is a voltage. So it is called a current control voltage. So this is the network given and the problem statement is find out in this network have a 4 nodes. One node is here, another node, third node and the fourth node, right? In a nodal analysis we have to take one node as a reference. Let's take this node as a reference. So with respect to this reference node, what is the voltage here? So it is not given between this reference node and this node do not have a voltage source, independent voltage. So this is a unknown node voltage. We do not know what is the voltage at this node 1 with respect to this reference. So it is called a unknown node V1. Here also is a another unknown node V2 with respect to this reference. And this is the third unknown node. So total nodes this network are 4. Out of 4, one node is a reference node and 3 are the unknown. Now here the question is find out a voltage, a unknown node voltage using the nodal analysis. find V1, V2 and V3 with respect to reference node using nodal analysis. Using nodal analysis. Using nodal analysis. So how to analyze using the nodal analysis? We know first we have to apply a KCL at each unknown node. Let apply the KCL at the first node V1. So at node V1 there are 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 branches connected at node V1. Right? Let's take all the branch current is outgoing direction. Let's say this branch current is I1. Let's give this name of this branch current is I2. Let's give this branch current is I3. Let's give the current of this branch is I4. So if we apply a KCL at node V1, right, then let's apply KCL at node V1. Let me apply a KCL at node V1. So at the node V1 there are 4 outgoing current I1, I2, I3 and I4 is equal to 0. There are 4 outgoing current I1, I2, I3, I4 is equal to 0. There is no incoming current. Now what is the I1? So I1 is the current passing in this branch where the current source is connected. So in this branch have a current source. So whatever the value of current source is the current in this branch. So I1 is equal to 5 ampere. This current source value is 5. So value of I1 is equal to 5 and I1 and current direction is same. I1 is equal to positive 5. Whatever the value of current source. Now what about the I2? So I2 it is the current passing in this 3 more conductance branch. So 3 more is connected with the V1 and V2. And we know the current always flow from the higher potential to lower. So V1 minus V2 into G, it is a current. Right? So here the unit one is more. We can say V is equal to I is equal to V into G. Conductance is got the 1 upon G. But here will value one in terms of conductance. Right? So we will multiply the potential difference, multiply by the conductance value, we will get the current. So I2 can write it is a V1 minus V2 multiply by the conductance is 3. Okay? Plus I3. I3 is the current passing in this current source branch. So whatever the value of current source, it is the current in this branch. So value of current source here it is a 2 ampere. I2 is equal to 2 ampere. I3 is equal to. Now about the I4. I4 it is the current passing in these 2 more conductors which is connected between the V1 and V3. Right? So potential difference multiplied by the conductance value, it is the current passing in this branch. So potential difference is V1 minus V3 multiplied by 2, it is the I4. So I4 is equal to V1 minus V3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 0. There is no incoming current. Right? Let arrange this equation in a form of coefficient into V1 plus coefficient into V2 plus coefficient of V3 to V3 is equal to 0 is equal to some constant. So in this equation V1 here the 3 times and V1 here the 2 times. So total times of V1 is 5 times. So 5 V1 number of times is minus 3 V. So here is minus 3 V2 and V3 is a minus 2 V3. is equal to, let's take constant on the right hand side. So here plus 7, if we take on the right hand side, it is a minus 7. So this is our equation 1. This is our equation 1. Right? Let me solve our another equation. Our another equation is that we applied a KCL at the node V2. Let me apply a KCL at the node V2. Let apply the KCL at the node V2. So at node V2 again there are 4 branch connected. Right? Let's say this let's say here it is an I1 dash, and this branch current let me call as an I2 dash. This branch current let's say is an I3 dash, and let's call this, right. So now how to write the I2 dash? So I2 dash here is the current passing in this control voltage source, and if you want a current value we require the resistance, but here it is a voltage source is connected between the two unknown nodes V2 and V3, right? So we cannot find the current in this branch. Find out the current in this branch, we required between the V2 and V3, we required some resistance value or the conductance value, then we can find the current I. But between the V2 and V3 have a voltage source. If you have the current source, then also we can say whatever the value of current source, it is the current in this branch. But here it is a voltage source, right? So we cannot find the current in this branch where the voltage source is connected between the unknown node voltage. So in such case, we need to apply a super node. In such case, we need to apply a super node, right? So when to apply a super node? So when a voltage source, when a voltage source connected between two unknown two unknown node, two unknown node voltage, two unknown node voltage. When a voltage source, if it's connected between the two unknown node voltage, at that time we need to apply a super node. We need to apply a super node. Now let's friends find how to apply a super node. What is the procedure to apply a super node? How to apply a super node? So we have first learned when to apply a super node. So we need to apply a super node whenever the voltage source is connected between two unknown node voltage in a nodal analysis. Then we need to apply a super node. Now what is the procedure to apply a super? So procedure is replace a voltage source which is connected between two unknown node voltage source by its internal resistance, by its internal resistance. So step is we have to replace the voltage source by its internal resistance. right? So how to replace the voltage source by its internal? What is the internal resistance of an ideal voltage source? So for the ideal voltage source, internal resistance is equal to 0. For the ideal voltage source, internal resistance is equal to 0. So 0 resistance means it is a short circuit. 0 resistance means it is a short circuit. So when we know how to apply the super node, we have to replace a voltage source by its internal resistance. That means we have to sort the V2 and V3. So let me redraw the network after applying the super node. So this is our network. Let here the redraw it. Here the voltage source we have to. Okay. So after the applied super node, we have replaced the voltage source by its short circuit. Now what are the different current? So at a node V2, let's say let's rename this current. Let's say here the current is I1 dash. This branch current is I2 dash. This branch current is 3 dash. This is short circuited. So now the V2 and V3 it is a short circuit. So it is now a single node, right? And let me count how many branch connected at the V2 and V3. So 3 branch connected at V2 and the 4 branch connected at V3. So total 6 branch connected in this super node. At this super node, total 6 branch are connected at this super node. So I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash. Let me call this branch current as I4 dash. Let me call this branch current as I5 dash. Let me call this branch current as I6 dash. Now let apply a super node. Apply KCL at super node V2 and V3 combined. Okay. So how many branches are connected? How many currents? I1 dash plus, and we have assumed all the current is outgoing. So addition of all the current is equal to 0. There is no incoming current. So I5 dash and I6 is equal to 0. Now let me represent the I1 dash in terms of value or in terms of the voltage. So I1 dash it is the current in this branch. So in this branch have a current source. So whatever the value of current source is the value of I1 dash. But the direction of current source and our assumption I1 direction it is opposite. So the I1 dash value is the negative of the current source value. So I1 dash is a negative of current source. Current source value is 2. So negative of I2 dash. I2 dash is the current passing through branch. And 3 more it is connected with the two node V2 and V3. So V2 minus V1 multiplied by 3, that is the I2 dash. Right? Potential difference multiplied by the conductor value. So I2 dash is V2 minus V1 multiplied by 3. Now about the I3 dash. So I3 dash is the current passing 4 more branch. and this 4 more conductance is connected between the V2 and our reference. Is connected between the V2 and reference. So V2 minus 0 multiplied by 4, that is the value of I3 dash. Now the I4 dash. So I4 dash is the current passing in this one more branch resistance, and it is connect one more branch conductance, and it is connected between the V3 and the reference. So V3 minus 0 multiplied by 1, that is I4 dash. Now about the I5 dash. Now I5 dash, it is the current passing in this current source branch. So whatever the value of current source, it is the current in this branch. So value of current source is 16 ampere. Now let's check the direction of I5 dash which we have assumed, and the direction of current source. Both is opposite. So I5 dash represent the negative of current source value because of opposite direction. So negative of, right? Now about the I6 dash. So I6 dash, it is the current passing through these two more conductors, and this two more conductors is connected between the V3 and V1. So V3 minus V1 multiplied by 2, that is the I6 dash. So I6 dash represent V3 minus V1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 0. There is no any incoming current. So this is our equation of a KCL at the super node. Let me simplify. So how many times the V1? So here minus 3 times the V1, and from the last term minus 2 times the V1. So total is minus 5 V1. How many times the V2? So here plus 3V plus 4V2, 7V, and so total is plus 7V2. How many times the V3? V3 here from the plus 1 and 2, total 3 times of V3. And what about the constant? So minus 2, minus 16, total minus 18. Let's take on the right hand side, it is plus 18. Plus 8. So this is our equation 2. This is our equation. So now at equation 1 at the simple node, when we applied the KCL, and equation 2 will get from when we applied KCL at the super node. Now about the equation 3, that will get from the difference between equation 3 will get from this voltage source which is connected between a V2 and V3. So we can say plus of this voltage source is connected toward the V3. So it is V3 minus V2 is equal to this voltage source value. Now voltage source value is a 0.5 Ix. 0.5 Ix. And I forgot to say Ix is the current passing in this branch. Right? So how to represent the Ix in terms of the node voltage? So Ix can represent is a V1 minus V3 multiplied by 2, because Ix is the current passing in this two more conductor. So it can replace, so V3 minus V2 is equal to 0.5 V1 minus V3 multiplied by 2. Right? So this is our third equation we'll get from this voltage source. Right? So how many times the V1? So 2 and 0.5 is cancelled. So V1 is 1 times of V1. So V1, then how many times the V2? So V2 is again, there is plus V2. How many times the V3? So let's take the V3 in this side. So we'll get the again minus. So total minus 2 times of V3 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So this is our third equation. So our third equation is V1 plus V2 minus 2V3 is equal to 0. So now we have a 3 equation and we have the 3 unknowns, right? We can solve using the Cramer's rules. Let me prepare a matrix. Here the matrix, constant matrix multiply by unknowns. Unknowns here are V1, V2 and V3 that we want to find out is equal to the constant, which is the current. So equation 1. So our equation 1 coefficient are 5, minus 3, minus 2 and constant is 7. So 5, minus 3, minus 2 and coefficient is minus 7. From the equation 2, let's see here we can see the equation 2. So from equation 2, minus 5, 7 and 3. So minus 5, 7 and 3 and constant is 18. And from the equation 3, this is our equation 3. Here the coefficient is 1, 1, minus 2 and 0. So 1, 1, minus 2 and 0. Right? So this is the matrix. This is the matrix. Now from this matrix, we know how to find out V1, V2 and V3. So first of all, we have to find out the delta. So delta is the determinant of this 3 cross 3 matrix. It is called a delta. So delta can find is the determinant of this 3 cross 3 matrix. So here determinant is 5 multiplied by 7 minus 2, it is minus 14 and 1 into 3, so it is minus 3. Then minus minus plus 3 and minus 5 multiplied by minus 2 plus 10 and 1 multiplied by 3, it is a minus, and minus 2 minus 5 multiplied by 1 is minus 5 and 1 multiplied by 7 minus 6. So determinant of this matrix is minus 17 multiplied by 5, it is equal to 85. So here it is minus 85 and minus 7 multiplied by 3, that is 21, and 12 minus 12 multiplied by minus 2, so it is plus 24. Okay. So if we subtract from this, so minus 85 and here is a 4 and 5. So if you subtract the 45, it is a minus 40. So delta it is equal to minus 40. Value of delta it is equal to minus 40. Now how to find the V1? We know to find out the V1 it is a delta 1 divided by delta, where delta should not be 0. Delta 1 divided by delta, where delta should not be 0. Right? So how to prepare the delta 1 matrix? So for the delta 1, we have to replace the coefficients of I1, V1. So coefficients of V1, it is the column 1 of the delta matrix. We have to replace with the constant minus 7, 18 and 0. So our delta matrix is delta 1. It is, we have to replace the first column with the constant 18 and 0. Rest of column as it is. Now whatever determinant of this, call a delta. So determinant of this is minus 7 multiplied by 7 minus 40 minus and minus, then minus minus plus multiply by 18 multiply by minus 2, it is minus 36 and 0 multiply by 3 0 and minus 2, 18 multiply by 1 18 and 0 multiplied with is 0. So here minus 17 minus 7 multiplied by minus 17 and 36 multiplied by 3 and minus 2 multiplied by 18. Calculate this. Can anyone please can you calculate what is the delta 1? So if you find the V1, which is the delta 1 divided by delta, you will get the answer is near about the 5 by 8. 5 by 8 volt. Right? Similarly, solve the V2. So for the V2, it is the delta 2 divided by delta. Right? So how to prepare the delta 2 matrix? We have to replace a second column and first column as it is. We have to replace the second column with the constant, and again the third column is as it is of the delta matrix, and whatever the determinant of this matrix, it is delta 2. Similarly, to find out the V3, it is a delta 3 divided by delta, where delta 3 can prepared. We have to keep first column as it is and replace the third column with the constant, and whatever the determinant of this matrix, it is delta 3. So we can find the V1, V2 and V3 using the Cramer's rules once we'll get the equations. So important is to prepare the equation. Important is to prepare the correct equation from applying the nodal analysis. So this is in these problems we have seen voltage source is yes. Okay, 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 I will try. So in this network we have analyzed network which have the voltage source connected between the two unknown node voltage. So in such case, we need to apply the super node analysis. Now we'll see one another problems for the AC network analysis. So for the AC network analysis, let's take the for the AC network analysis node using nodal analysis of a AC network. So let's take an example. One source with the value is a 50 degree voltage is connected with 5 ohm resistance, and inductor have the reactance is J2 ohm, and one more resistance is 4 ohm. Capacitor is minus J2 ohm, and here the resistance is 2 ohm, and another voltage source value is 50 and 90 degree volt. So this is one AC network, and question is find a this two node voltage V1 and the V2 with respect to this reference, right? So let us apply. So with respect to this reference node, what is the voltage here? It is a 50 degree. So 50 can convert, it is a 50, because if we convert into the rectangular form, then it is a 50 cos 0 plus j 50 sin 0. So 50 cos 0 is equal to 1 and sin 0 is equal to 0. So 50 degree can represent in a rectangular form, it is a simply real value 50. Similarly 50 degree, it can represent the 50 cos 90 plus j 50 sin 90. right? So 50 cos 90 is equal to 0 plus j 50 sin 90 is equal to 1. So plus j 50. So here the voltage at this node is plus j 50 volt with respect to this reference, right? Because in between given have a voltage, right? Now we have to find out this V1 and the V2. V1 and V2. So let apply the KCL at the node V1. So at node V1 there are three branch connected. Let's say this branch current is I1, this branch current is I2, and let's say this branch current is I3. So KCL at node V1. Apply KCL at node V1. So at node V1 there are three current I1, I2 and I3 is equal to 0. So I1 can represent, it is the current passing in this 5 ohm resistor. So it is a V1 minus 50 divided by 5. Okay. So I1 it is V1 minus 50 divided by 5. Now about the I2. I2 is the current passing in this J2 ohm reactance. So it is a V1 minus 0 divided by J2. So I2 can represent is a V1 minus 0 divided by J2 plus I3. So I3 is the current passing in this 4 ohm resistor is V1 minus V divided by, so I3 can represent is a V1 minus divided by 4 is equal to 0 is equal to. Let us simplify this equation. So here V1 is let's say take the V1. So V1 is equal to 1 upon 5, and from second equation is plus 1 upon J2, and from third equation it is plus 1 upon 4 minus V2 divided by 4 is equal to, from this minus 50 divided by 5 plus 10, we take one right hand side, right? So this is equation 1. Let more simplify the V1 that coefficients. If we take the LCM, what will be the LCM? It is a J20, it's the LCM of these three. Okay. So here we have to multiply it with the 4J. Here we have to multiply with the 10, and here we have to multiply with the 5J. Divide by 20J minus V2 divided by 4 is equal to 10. So let's simplify it. So 10 plus 9J divided by 20J. So V1 is equal to 10 plus 9J divided by 20. These are the coefficients of V1, and coefficients of V2 is V2 divided by 4 is equal to 10. So this is the equation 1. Another equation is, we'll get by applying KCL at node 2. So at node 2, there are again three branches connected at node 2. One is, let call this branch current is I1 dash. Let me call this branch current is I2 dash. And let me call this branch current is I3 dash. Let apply the KCL. So all the outgoing current, let apply KCL at node V2. So at node V2 there are branch connected. So current passing through all the three branches is equal to 0. all the current are outgoing, so no incoming current. So summation of outgoing current is equal to incoming current coming. So I1 dash. I1 dash is the current passing in this 4 ohm resistor and direction is from the V2 to V1. So it is a V2 minus V1 divided by. Now about the I2 dash. So I2 dash is the current passing is minus J2 ohm. So V2 minus 0 divided by minus J2 ohm. And the I3 dash is the current passing in this 2 ohm resistor. So it is V2 minus J50 divided by 2 is equal to is. So our third equation is this is we'll get second equation from simplification of it. Let's simplify it. So how many times the V1? So it is a minus V1 divided by 4. About the V2, let's take the V2 common. So in bracket we'll get 1 upon 4. From here it is a minus 1 upon J2. And from here we'll get plus 1 upon 2. And minus J50 divided by 2, it is a minus J25. If you take in the right hand side, it is a plus J2. Let more simplified, it's minus V1 divided by 4 plus V2. What is LCM? So LCM here it is a 4J. So here you have to multiply by J. Here it is 2 and here is a 2J divided by 4J is a J20. Let it simplified more times. So it is here, it is a minus V1 divided by 4 plus V2 J and plus J. So it is a minus 2 plus 3J divided by 4J plus 20 plus 20. So this is our equation 2. Equation 2. To solve this, we can solve by using the eliminating method or using the Cramer's rule, using the matrix. If you solve and let you do the calculation in your homework and let I will give you the answer of this. Answer is 24.7 and degree is 72.25 volt for the V1. So answer in a polar form, V1 is 24.7 and the angle is 72.25 and the V2 is equal to 33.6 and angle is 53.75 volt. So answer of V2 is 33.6 magnitude and angle is 53.75. Right? So here in this we have analyzed a network, AC network. So in AC network we'll get a voltage, node voltage value in a complex value which have the magnitude and the angle. Or in a rectangular form, it's have the real parts and the imaginary part. Right? So this is about the rest of uh, uh, two network which we have analyzed using the